One reason that the threat of catastrophe in the Middle East remains present at this moment is that the president is surrounded by people who have been quite openly pushing for full military confrontation with Iran for a while. And one of them is perhaps his single most infamous advisor. He holds no official government title. He draws no salary from the public, but he is, as we've learned in painful detail over the last several months, essentially running a shadow foreign policy all his own, one which has led to the president's impeachment. I speak, of course, of Rudy Giuliani, who, aside from his various meetings with various Ukrainian figures to manufacture dirt on Joe Biden, has represented Turkish interests and then pushed for policies favorable to President Erdogan. And he has a long-standing relationship with a fringe Iranian dissident group known as the MEK, a group rooted in Marxism and Islamism that's often described as a cult, and whose primary goal is to overthrow the Iranian regime. The MEK is actually based in Albania now, and its members are mostly Iranian exiles in the West. And they have paid tons of money to American political figures in order to curry favor with them, including John Bolton, Howard Dean, Ed Rendell, and, of course, Rudy Giuliani. When contacted by the Daily Beast on Monday, Giuliani cited the MEK as a reason he supported the assassination of Qasem Soleimani, saying the Iranian general was, quote, directly responsible for killing some of my MEK people. This would be a little like favoring action against the U.S. because you had friends in the Branch Davidians. In fact, the group is so toxic and out there that Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, sent a cable yesterday to all U.S. diplomatic posts ordering them not to meet with the group. But of course, Rudy doesn't work for the State Department, so he can do whatever he wants, and we all get to deal with the consequences. Just what those consequences are, next.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me, or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.